Okay, this is off the cuff. I don't even know if I should do this too soon. Well, we just found out, somebody sent me an email. I lost one of my Facebook friends. When I say Facebook friends, he was good. Okay, like I said, we just found out. So, I would call a buddy Richard Cove. Now, a lot of people want to know who Richard Cove is. Richard Cove is a lawyer. Richard Cove is a guy. Wait, I'm not going to repeat myself. I'm going to call Andre Faust. He suspected me. I told him when I found out the news, I called him immediately. And this is a tribute to our little friend, Richard Cove.
Yes, hello?
How you doing?
Hey, how you doing?
Better, but anyhow, what can you do?
You got a unique voice.
I know, every time I wear the mask, all I gotta do is open that mouth, everybody knows. Anyway, so we found out that Mr. Cove died this morning. They found him dead in his apartment.
That's the Richard Cove that acts as a duty counsel.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yeah, I called you before, I told you. And in a way, we are sad, but in a way, we are shocked. We are shocked. But in another way, it's surprising that he lived this long.
Well, it's, to the circumstances, I mean, we can't, really judge. I mean, I guess when your number's called, it's called.
What I'm trying to say is, his lifestyle was a heavy drinker. He was a heavy smoker. And when you went to school with him, right? UNB?
Both St. Thomas and Berkshire Law School.
And he was one of the smartest guy you have ever met.
Yeah. Well, there was, in our stats class, there was the three of us. We had the highest marks. That was Richard, myself, and I said Debbie, who incidentally passed away as well about 2 years ago. Relatively young, speaking, and anyway, I've had some amusing moments with Richard, but there was one that he created. Not a panic, but created a lot of anxiety. Like I said, Richard was bright. He caught on to computer programming, and back then it was a teletype type of terminal. And anyway, he programmed in when a student walked in. The teletype would go up, and it would give the coordinates. And it was something like Silo 52 has now launched a nuclear missile. Was it with that theme? And he had given all the longitudes and latitudes, and it was so believable that it became it was a rumor that went right across campus. That was one of the best pranks that he's ever pulled, because Richard always had a sense of humor. Even on his Facebook post, if you look at a lot of his posts that he puts on, there's a subtle humor in behind it. And some may catch it, and some may can't catch on to it. Being a friend, everything's becomes surreal. I'm still, trying to come to grips with, with the news that you related to me.
Yeah, it's going to turn around, like I mentioned earlier. Okay, we don't want to start talking about somebody that just died and start saying, well, he drank and smoked. But is it because that he went into the job, good potential, to have good potential, and he saw the system was so screwed up that it drove him to drink and smoke, and he just
Well, that's a good observation because, like during our education years, like every typical, student, he did his share of drinking, but I know from the discussions that we've had, what he's seen down in the Justice Building, was getting to him.
Yeah. And it was always the same thing. He would talk to me, but he'd always say, "You ever repeat this? You ever repeat this?"
Yeah.
But it was. I asked him. I said, "Listen, Richard. Listen. Why don't you sit down with me, and we talk about the justice system and the courts? And I promise you." The only time we'll post this is once you kick the bucket. The way you're smoking is going to be soon. What did he tell me again? Oh, yeah. Fuck off. But, like I always told him, I said, it's amazing you're still alive. I mean, it's not that we're than us reformed smokers, but the way he was dressed, I'm a fine one to talk about dressing, dress code. But he didn't look like a lawyer when he was... he was always looking for happiness, and he was a good guy. He was a good guy.
Yeah, and he understood, clearly, that we do have a very, in Canada we do have a very good legal system. The only problem is it's only accessible for those with money.
Yeah.
And I think he felt very, very restricted onto what he could do.
Yeah, he was. It was terrible. Like with my battle with the justice system and the courts, and I realized, I said, now I know how come lawyers are alcoholics, because my God, I was drinking a lot there. I mean, you look at the system and how it's run, but no, we're not going to talk about the system. But Richard Cove, now he, as a matter of fact, his last hurrah to me was, don't you love Facebook? Huh? Message. And last time I talked to him, I would appreciate it. Quite a story. Well, I could say that I want now because he's dead.
Yeah.
He said, "Did you see the global news?" Hey, maybe. Oh yeah. Did you see the global news story? But you talking about Tom Evans.
Right. Yes.
Yeah, and then he wrote Andre's buddy. Didn't see the story, but hear about it. No, I wrote Andre's buddy. He wrote pretty well. I didn't send it to you because it's just between you and I, where you got it. And there's always, see, you and I. Everything is, I wrote back, everything between moi is between moi and toi. It's public anyway. It's quite a story. It was global news. It's quite a story. I know it's public, but just don't say I sent it to you. Lots of laugh. I would appreciate it. It's quite a story. Who is Evans? Yeah, I think. Who is calling? What did global? So the last thing I wrote was. She was what's that? More. Who we're talking? More concerned of the amount of people who were watching. Bet half of them 40 were cops. What the hell? Okay, sorry, I don't know where the hell I'm going. Anyway, sorry, my ADHD. I just. No, it's sad, and we for duty counsel he was. Oh, the last thing he did, he's the one that brought up to my attention of idiot Mayor Michael O'Brien sitting at the cabin.
Right.
Remember beside the jukebox?
Yes. Yeah.
And the sign beside the jukebox.
That was the sign in the back. Well, that's the kind of subtle humor that he has, right?
Yeah.
He could throw things at you, and it was written. You had to kind of read it a couple times, and then you caught on. And I'm trying to remember. There's one post he got me, and I didn't catch it.
Excuse me, Andre. I got.
Well, I did. I said, "Holy thing! How did I miss it?"
Yeah, I got it right here, and it says, "Don't worry." What it says again? Okay. Don't worry, our staff is accustomed to dumb questions. Yeah. And idiot mayor. So, there's been cut off. Sad. Well, it's sad. Don't know, it's sad, and it's maybe he wants to finish with a thing here. This is just a tribute. Sorry, too long. So now it's sad. So
yeah, we lost connection.
Yeah, it's me. I pressed the wrong button. It's okay. So anyway, the bottom line is we lost a great one. We lost a person. I would call one of us.
Yeah, I was saying, for me, this is I'm still processing it. Like I said earlier, there was the triad. There was him and Debbie and myself. Now the two of them are gone. That's a triad. I'm basically speechless. Maybe we should end on that.
I might, this is Tuesday, and I might try to have about 6 beer tonight in memory of Richard. He would like that.
Richard, my friend, rest in peace.
Well said. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, so anyway, what I'll always remember is he would really, really love to debate issues with you, and but he would tell you a few things, but it was sort of like Deep Throat. He would tell you something, and it was up to you to go and look. And he didn't really, he wasn't the big Deep Throat that had a lot of information that I shouldn't know. No, he wasn't like that. But he was, I think I'm going to finish it with this. Funniest moment that I ever seen, and I wish I had a camera. As a matter of fact, it was James Oakle. The homeless guy. Anyway, James Oakle was in a room at the courthouse. And who was it? Gary was the lawyer with the white beard. Been there. Jerry Mullins? Anyway, he's been there 100 years. So the lawyer went and talked. I was in the hallway watching. And the lawyer went and talked to James Oakle. Next thing you know, he comes out of there. He looks at Rick Cove. He said, do you want this case? You want him? And then he said that it was right before the federal election. He said he's running as a candidate for the Green Party. And Richard Cove looks at him right quick. He goes, ain't everybody running for the Green Party? I wish I would have had the camera on. And everybody runs for the Green Party. He was very good with the... And, no, he will be missed. We lost a good one. And may he find peace. I know he was I seen him outside of work. I seen him crying. I seen him and he was always a man that was always searching for peace of mind. Always. And He will be missed, and tonight I'll have a couple in his memory.